Hello, everyone. I'm here again in place of Bruce. Bruce has another commitment, so I'll be hosting the show with the founder of TabsFolders today, Camille. Welcome, Camille.
Hello, everybody. I'm here in place of Camille. My name is Neil. Great to meet you.
So, Camille, please tell us about how November went for TabsFolders.
November was a great month. We had a lot of movement. We started our live streams that generated a lot of support from our fan base and users. We also had some groups, LTD groups, etc., write about us, and we had a lot of user feedback, etc. So it was a very positive month. Also, we had basically at the end of October, just a couple of days shy of November, we started the new TabsFolders 2.0 plan on Appsumo, and that's been going extremely well. We've had a record month, November. So we are very pleased. November was a great month for us, and we are looking forward to get even more success in December going forward, so that TabsFolders 2.0 will be here even fast and fast.
Okay, great. So, and I believe the TabsFolders Black Friday deal is still up on the website at tabsfolders.com. And Camille,
Yes.
I believe. I was just gonna say that we were. I remember last time we were talking about it. It was supposed to end the end of last week, but I believe you're gonna end it today, right?
Yes. We had comments in some of the groups that I mentioned earlier, the LTD groups. People were asking if we can extend it, till mid this week. Had commitments and they bought other stuff on Black Friday. They're short on cash, so if you could just leave it a couple of more days. So we said sure, we'll leave it till the day of the live broadcast. And so at the end of today, GMT/California, at the end of the day California time, we will be taking it down from our website. Let me just share my screen to maybe show everybody what we're talking about. This is the Black Friday lifetime plan, where it gives you 500 users per team, unlimited guests, unlimited bookmarks, and a quarterly roadmap call with the founder, being Neil or Camille, however we want to call me today. And so the plan details, when you click on this button, you get some more details about the plan as to what it includes, the password management subscription, SMTP 7-day backup, etc. And also right here, you can purchase the plan if it meets your needs, and and you have a larger team of or almost 500 people, then this is the ideal Black Friday deal for you. So once again, the deal is ending today, and at the end of the day, we will not be selling any more of this deal because, it's an amazing deal for our users, but I think Black Friday has to come to a close sometime. So anyway, today is the last day for anybody to purchase this deal.
Okay,
great. So
thank you, Camille.
Welcome, Praveen.
And so today, I believe you want to start something new. Please tell us about that.
Yes. So I thought when we started these live streams, we were focused on users and getting information out to users about TabsFolders and the various features and functionality in a live stream format, so that people could ask us questions about how something works, etc. Right during the video or during the live stream, so we could answer and show things on the video, live on the video, etc., to help out our users. But I also wanted to expand these topics a little and go into the broader topic of productivity and kind of how to improve your life a little bit. So today we're starting this series on productivity. TabsFolders is a productivity tool, so it works or merges with that concept very well. And we hope to save you time and help you be more successful in life by using some of these techniques, productivity techniques, or life hacks, as people call them on the net these days. So the topic for today that we wanted to cover was the how the Allies won World War II, or in other words, Eisenhower Matrix. A lot of comments or historians mentioned the effectiveness of Dwight Eisenhower as to how he strategized the World War II and in general his strategies for life. So the Eisenhower Matrix is something that has lasted for dozens or tens of years after he passed away. This concept has survived him and is one of the great efficiencies in life, or really decision trees for life, because it doesn't really help you go any faster, but it helps you choose the right things to take care of, and therefore it helps you be more effective in life. I have a quick overview. Let me share my screen. This is the Eisenhower Matrix. It has 4 quadrants, and on the top, the quadrant is urgency. On the left, it's importance. So we have 2 categories: urgent, and then important and not important. In the first quadrant, things that are urgent and important, they're basically overdue, due soon. It's something like paying, for example, your electric bill. Paying your electric bill is urgent and important, because if you don't pay your electric bill, the electric company will cut off the electricity to your house, and you won't be able to do anything else. So it's not only, therefore, it's important, but it's also urgent, because let's say your electric bill is due tomorrow. So this type of task you have to do quickly and do it yourself right away. That's the first quadrant right here. In the second quadrant, these are tasks that are important but not necessarily urgent. We could look at think of tasks like this, for example, like going to the gym to boost your health. Well, boosting your health is important for your long-term well-being, for your effectiveness at work and in your life, so you don't get ill. But it's not urgent. I mean, if you don't go to the gym tomorrow, not much will change. However, if you don't go to the gym for the next 3 months or 4 months, then that will affect your life. So these are tasks that you have to schedule to do them on either a timed recurring basis with the gym and health example, while other tasks that are important and one-offs, you still have to schedule them, that in a month you have to pay your electric bill again. At that time, at this time, when you schedule paying your electric bill in quadrant 2, you will schedule it for a week or a week and a half in advance, and then it will no longer be urgent. So it'll move to this second quadrant. The importance of that is that in the second quadrant, you're actually focusing and planning your life, versus the first quadrant is kind of firefighting, that things are urgent and important, so you're just doing them right away. You have to do, and you haven't really planned them. They're taking you by surprise. So that's the first quadrant is not a good place to be in your life. Ideally, you want to be working on second quadrant tasks to be really effective in your life. Now let's move to the third quadrant. The third quadrant has urgent tasks, but unimportant. These could be tasks like taking out the garbage, for example. It's urgent because your garbage will smell, but it's not really important. If you don't do it, well, your garbage will smell, but you'll still be able to work and live and go about your life with your garbage there for another day or two. And the second point is that since this task is not important, you can actually delegate it, because with important tasks, you want to ensure that they're done well, and you have to control them. So either you do the important tasks yourself, or you delegate them to someone, but you watch the progress and the execution of that task very closely. With Quadrant 3 tasks, it's not important how that task is executed, if it's executed well or not. So, for example, if somebody takes out the garbage and they miss one paper towel that was lying by the side of the garbage can, it's not important that they've missed that and they didn't do the job perfectly. So these are tasks that you can because the quality control is not as important, because the task is not that important. Moving on to Quadrant 4. Quadrant 4 tasks are simply tasks that are the nightmare of everybody's productivity and efficiency in life. Because these are tasks that we think, well, they come up on our task list, but we actually shouldn't be doing them. And it's almost these tasks are the most important to get rid of and to be the most stringent with in your decision making. A task like this could be something like, let's buy a Roomba vacuum cleaner. Well, it's an automatic robot vacuum cleaner, but is it that important? Well, is it important that your floors be shiny every day, or does it really matter if they're shiny every 4 days or 5 days when you choose to vacuum them with a normal vacuum cleaner? So it's not really important. The second thing, the urgency. Is this task urgent? Do you have to have your Roomba vacuum cleaner tomorrow or the world will end? No. So realistically, do you really need a Roomba vacuum cleaner? And should you be at all considering this task?
I must say, I think a really good example for Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important, I would say, is browsing through Facebook. I mean, it's not urgent and it's definitely not important, but somehow it seems to end up in Quadrant 1 for a lot of us.
Yes, it does.
And I think,
it depends. It depends how you look at it, because maybe if you're conscious of the fact that you're browsing Facebook to have fun, right? You're doing it because you want to relax, and everybody needs time away from work, away from whatever you're doing, just to relax. Sure, then as long as you're aware of that, I think it's fine to do this. But if you're not aware of it and you think that it's really a quadrant task, that you have to look at Facebook because life is passing you by, that's a personal decision that I guess it's a personal decision, but I would, as you say, I wouldn't be putting it in Quadrant 1 very often.
Right. And I think for all of us, we do have tasks that easily fill up our to-do lists or our project managers, that when we kind of separate them into these quadrants, it'll help us prioritize, because you only have a limited amount of time. So separating them into these quadrants will help you prioritize what you need to do next, and things that you can give to others for so they can take care of it, and things that don't even need to be done at all, so they can just be removed. So, and I think since time is always a rare for everybody, a rare commodity for everyone, I think it's good to be able to categorize your tasks and prioritize them this way.
Exactly, because if you don't spend the time to actually categorize your tasks in your subconscious mind or even in your conscious mind, you can only handle 5 things at a time in your kind of short-term memory or
Right.
yes, so your brain, when you have a list of 200 items, you're not going to remember, which item was actually urgent and important, etc., from these quadrants. That's why
Sure.
you need to spend time. Look at it. The amount of time you spend on this is 10 times less than the time it actually saves you. So the key is to have a system to organize all your tasks. So you start with a list of tasks that it's a list of 100 tasks that you need to do. Now you need to think quickly about each task and how to categorize it. And I've set up a quick little folder in
and before you get to that, Camille, I just saw this comment from Justin Sturgis. He says, "This is an interesting presentation. I just stumbled across this and wondering how it relates to this group. I've used the Eisenhower Matrix method for about 25 years, and it can be a great system." That's great. Glad to hear that, Justin. So this live stream is actually being streamed into several different Facebook groups. So you're probably in one of the LTD related groups, and this live stream is actually about TabsFolders. It's a deal that's currently on Appsumo. So we are just discussing how TabsFolders can help you be more productive. And starting today, we're discussing the productivity method of the Eisenhower Matrix. So that's why we're discussing that.
Exactly. So thank you again, Justin, for the question and the comment that you've been using it for 25 years. Yes, it's as I mentioned at the start, it's a system that's been around for many years, and it's surviving because it's a good system. It's not a complete system, but it's a very, very good basis for productivity and task organization. So as I was mentioning, when you have a list of tasks, or for example, you can call them tasks are open tabs in your browser. So you have, one open tab that tells you about productivity and the Eisenhower Matrix and the details of actually how to implement and go about using the matrix. The second one is, let's say, how to boost your immune system, pay your bills online, buy garbage bags, and finally, a Roomba. I mentioned these tasks as examples of the various quadrants. So now you have this list and you go, okay, I understand that. What is the Eisenhower Matrix? That's a quadrant 2 task because it's important, but it's not exactly urgent that you implement this right now because the world will, not fall apart. So what you do is you drag and drop this link into the second quadrant because you will be scheduling this task in the future. It could be, in a week, in 2 days, but you don't have to do it right away. Boosting your immune system, same thing. It's a very important task, but it's not urgent to start right this minute. How to pay your electric bill online? Well, that is urgent because your electric bill is due today, and today online you won't have electricity tomorrow. So this goes into the first quadrant folder, urgent, and you got to do that today. Then, ordering garbage bags online. As we mentioned, garbage is not important, but it's pretty urgent that you take out the garbage or else your house will smell. And you need new garbage bags to fill in once you throw these out. You need new garbage bags for your trash bins. So this goes in because even though it's unimportant, let's say again, that you can survive without garbage bags for a day or 2 or a week, it's still relatively urgent. I mean, it'd be nice to have garbage when your garbage is overflowing tomorrow. You need a new set of garbage bags. However, it's not critical that it's not a critical task. So this is a task you can definitely outsource. and therefore it goes to the third quadrant that you can delegate it to whoever is helping you in your life, living with you, etc., whoever you choose. But you can delegate that task so someone can order garbage bags online, come to your door in a day or two, and boom, you don't have to handle that task. And you think, well, maybe I could do this task myself. Well, it depends, because this is just an example task. Let's say if you don't have a credit card that works online, you don't have an Amazon account, well, then this task could take you 5 to 10 minutes, versus it could be a 30-second text message to somebody, please order garbage bags. Alexa, for example, in the future, you could just say this to Alexa. But again, Alexa is an assistant. It helps you with these things, so you don't have to spend your time on them.
And let me jump in here for.
Go ahead,
Camille. Let me just jump in here for a second. So these are not actually individual tasks. So basically, what's happening here is this is a scenario where, for example, in your browser, you just have like 20 or 30 different tabs open, and you're just trying to juggle through them and figure out like what the significance of each of those tabs and how important they are. So what we're doing really here is we just or what Camille has done is created a separate folder for each of the Eisenhower Matrix quadrants, and from there what he's doing is he's taking his open tabs and then sorting them according to whichever quadrant that they may belong to, so he can basically reduce the overwhelm right now and then get to the important tabs and kind of sort away the other ones that are not so important right now. So hopefully that makes a little bit gives you a little bit more context and helps you understand what Camille's trying to do here.
Yes, thank you, Praveen, for that more in-depth explanation. Yeah, I guess maybe I'll explain a bit more, as in, your day-to-day, you open up a browser window and you first go on the Eisenhower method. Then you remember, something, or a colleague at work stops by and says, this COVID thing is really dangerous. We should all be working to boost our immune system, because while the shots are one thing, but the healthier you are, the stronger chance you have of getting through COVID, for example. So you think, okay, so I got to boost my immune system. So you type quickly on Google, well, how do I boost my immune system? And you get these, you type a search on Google, but there's 50, 60, millions of pages, or 342,000 results from Microsoft Bing in this case. So you're not done with this task, really. So you've started this task, and you've spent 5 seconds in your brain to or 20 seconds online to type it in, but it'll actually take more time to research this and implement this task so that you are healthier, you can boost your immune system. So that's why you're scheduling now. You're putting it off to the second quadrant because it's important, but it's not urgent. So you will get to it tomorrow, in a week, etc. Because today, the key task that you really need to do is quadrant number 1, which is pay your electricity bill. And you can substitute any task. If these at work, you have the same thing. Somebody drops by and says, "Oh, can you review my copywriting for the website?" And you'll get 10 of such tasks or requests over Messenger daily from people. The key thing is to classify them as to, are they important, are they urgent? Because it's the urgent ones that you need to do today. And if you don't do these urgent ones, then you're going to be in trouble. So that's why you can do this with your tabs. You can do this with tasks, etc. It's the Eisenhower Matrix is applicable to everything. And so we're using the example where you have a task, you have an idea, you go on online and you type in a quick search request and you get a lot of results. Well, now you want to put it away for later, so you can classify it in the second quadrant. And so we've gone through the first, second, and third quadrant, which tasks you need to do. And here now we're at the fourth quadrant, which is buy a Roomba. So same thing. We've typed a Google search. I want to buy a Roomba, and here you have which Roomba to buy, etc. Tom's Hardware Guides reviews. So there's a lot of information about this, and if you simply typed this Google search and right away started working on it and reading all these websites, you could spend half an hour or more doing research about a vacuum cleaning robot. However, if you first take the time and decide, do I really need this now? Is it important in my life? The answer would probably be no. And this is a fourth quadrant task. It's not urgent and it's not important. So realistically, fourth quadrant, and you say, yes, I'm going to discard this task, and I'm not going to spend an hour online researching Roomba because this information will be first outdated in 6 months. And if you plan, even if you do buy a Roomba robot in 6 months, you'll have to do this research again to make a good purchase, to find out what's online, or what new robots came out at that point, what new functions, etc. 6 months is a long time in technology, and everything could have changed. So that's why right now this is a fourth quadrant task. And the benefit of this system now is that when again you come up with the idea, when I buy a Roomba, you're bored at work or wherever, you go online and you think, I wanted to do research on that Roomba robot, and you type it in on Google. Maybe you actually could come first to TabsFolders and do a quick scan of what are your actual tasks. And then in the fourth quadrant, if you'd look, you'd see buy a Roomba robot. There's that task in the fourth quadrant. Shows you, I don't think we need to waste time on this task because you've decided already a week ago that it's not urgent and it's not important for you. So these are tasks you discard, and you won't be doing them now or in the future. If in a year something changes and it becomes exceedingly important for you to have that task can be moved up to a different quadrant. But for now, it's a task that you should consciously be aware of that you will not be doing. And this is, like I said, I'm kind of dragging on about this fourth quadrant and this one task because this is really the hardest thing to do, is to take tasks, stuff that comes up in your brain. Our brain is, I think, 50% of the distractions that come up are actually from inside our brain. They're not from, or 50% are external. A car drives by, honks, a siren, police car goes by, and siren distracts you from your work. But 50% of distractions are self-generated by your brain. And these are the distractions that cause fourth quadrant tasks a lot of the time. And you got to be aware of it's a distraction. Spending your time on it now if you're effective in your day. So
okay, great. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Praveen. So, this is a short intro of the Eisenhower Matrix and how you can use TabsFolders to implement it for your tabs.
Okay.
I think we have quite a few questions. Yeah.
Yeah, we have some comments here. So there's a Facebook user saying hello. I don't know if it's the same Facebook user saying today I'll win. But if you want to win, or at least if you want to have a chance to win, please go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. You see at the bottom of the screen here, and give StreamYard permission to get your name, so that way you can be entered into the drawing. Otherwise, if it's just some unknown person, then there's no way for you to join the raffle. Here's another Facebook user. Fascinating for a bookmark manager. Didn't think this was possible. So again, I just want to emphasize that what you're actually doing is you're kind of prioritizing all your open tabs. So if you have 20, 25 open tabs, that you are trying to figure out what's more important, or and what you can discard right away. So what this system basically allows you to do is reduce the number of your open tabs, and then kind of only focus on what's really important. So that's how Camille was explaining the implementation for the Eisenhower Matrix in TabsFolders. And also,
exactly.
please,
I was going to say, Praveen, that the two things people do is, usually they have a whole list of tabs, or the one main thing that if you don't have a system to organize them easily, then this list of tab grows, and then what people do is they dump everything in the garbage. And well, that's one method, but unfortunately you've dumped the how to pay your electric bills online, and you won't have electricity tomorrow. And these two maybe less, let's say, less noticeable items here, which is boost your immune system and the Eisenhower Matrix. So you won't notice that you haven't done these, let's say, in the near term. But in 6 months, in a year, if you're not healthy, or you haven't improved your productivity, then you'll be kind of going through your life at a snail's pace, and you won't even know why. So that's why, taking a whole list of items in a browser and just throwing them away, it's also not a good approach to life. Obviously, it's more work to actually organize them into these quadrants and folders, but you're consciously making decisions about what you want to do in your life and with your life. So,
right, it's this will just basically force you to prioritize and kind of remove all the fluff that's taking away time. Give me 1 second here, and thank you for your comment, Facebook user. Please do go to StreamYard.com/Facebook to give StreamYard permission to get your name, and make sure to comment again so it does get your name. Otherwise, you won't be entered into today's drawing for the free code. Justin's back. He says, I use several of the competitor extensions, and the left-right panel layout in TabsFolders is what is most interesting to me. How new is TabsFolders? Camille?
Well, TabsFolders has been around for quite some time. It's 5-6 years now. The panel, maybe when TabsFolders starts out by default, you don't see the two panels. It starts out like this as a single panel, and there's a little arrow here on the right to kind of expand the second panel. So maybe that's why you missed it before. However, TabsFolders, has been around for a long time. It is very stable, robust. As I mentioned, we hadn't had a single case of data loss in the past 6 years of user data loss. Well, again, we've been online for 6 years, and we're growing slowly, organically. We're also working on TabsFolders 2.0, where the UI will be redesigned. You'll still have the two left and right panels in the UI, but it'll be kind of revamped to be a lot nicer, a lot more modern looking, etc. So we're really looking forward to that release in the beginning of 2022, like somewhere around March. We're looking the first quarter of 2022. But currently the development is going well on the product. So TabsFolders has been around. Looking forward for you to trying it out and getting more into the product. And if you have any questions, just reach out to us either with a little user support widget right here, or you can just go to support.tabsfolders.com and reach out to us that way, and we'll help you out with any questions you have about the product.
And I just want to say, just want to say that right now, TabsFolders is significantly discounted on Appsumo. To find the Appsumo deal page, you can just go to www.tabsfolders.com/Appsumo, or you can just go to appsumo.com and search for TabsFolders there. Right now, it's only $19, so it's I believe it used to be. What was it, Camille? $49 or $59?
$49, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So for the right before the 2.0 release, it's significantly discounted, and that won't last very long. So if this is something that you think might help you and it could fit your needs, definitely go check it out. And there's different stacking options for different features. So you can get, I think you can stack up to 10 codes. So you can max out and get all the features for not very much money at only $19 a code.
Great, thank you, Praveen. I also saw a comment here by Musam. Let me try and show it on. There we go. So Musam is asking if in the future we'll be able to add AI to categorize some of, well, basically to help you with the Eisenhower Matrix so that the AI categorizes the bookmarks for you. Definitely, we're working already with AI. Right now, we started with search. We're working on improving search, not only within TabsFolders, but externally with Google searches with AI. So that's already in progress. I don't want to release too many details about it right now until it's actually released. But thank you, Musam. Yes, AI is very high on our priority list of functionality. And in the future, I think we'll be definitely able to apply that AI that we create for search to actually start categorizing results, because each web page has certain terms and words that you can filter by. It will, I think, need user input initially, because like paying your electricity bill online, well, that's a little bit of a, well, it might be tough for the AI to know that for you, you have to pay your electric bill today, so it's urgent and important. But for example, my electric bill could be due in a week, so for me, that task would go into the second quadrant. So it will take some more learning, because it's user specific, but we will definitely be bringing in AI features into TabsFolders and expanding it far beyond just user interface.
Okay, great. And we have another user, hi Facebook user. Please make sure to go to streamyard.com/Facebook so StreamYard has access to your name. Otherwise, it won't be entered into the raffle today. And Justin says, sorry, yes, I meant how the new panels were. Now I see it was probably always there, and I just didn't notice it. So Camille, so the 2-panel implementation, was that there from the very beginning of TabsFolders?
Yes, it was. But again, I guess we always started with a panel look so that we wouldn't, let's say, confuse beginning users. In essence, that it's less complicated with one panel. It's how for example, macOS Finder or on Windows Explorer, when you open it up, you just have the one panel. So we wanted TabsFolders to look similar to that, so that more easily transition, or when they open TabsFolders, they would understand right away. Okay, on here you have a tree of folders, and you have bookmarks, which are just like files. So I understand the system. When the second panel, when you start getting more advanced, you can open up the second panel and start dragging and dropping between these two windows. So that's why it was there from the beginning. We just started with it and it still is hidden when you first open TabsFolders.
Okay, great. And I just want to go back up to the earlier comments. Muslim says hello. Hi, Muslim. And let's see, looking cool in these black goggles, just like your product. Oh, Camille, I believe those are two compliments packed into one sentence.
Thank you. We're aiming for the Matrix look today. Since we're doing the Eisenhower Matrix, I think a green screen or green letters should start flying behind me very soon.
All right. Hello, Bernard. Thank you for joining us. And so I believe you were actually talking about the Eisenhower Matrix here when you're saying it's new to you. So hopefully that's something that will help you become more productive. So you might be able to use it in your tasks management system as well as TabsFolders. And so hopefully that'll be helpful to you. All right, and let's see. RV Kiran says, how long the price on Appsumo will be around $19. It seems quoted at a low comparing its features. So why?
Yes. So to answer that, it's going to be around for a little bit longer, a few more weeks. We don't have a definite date on it yet. Like the Black Friday special, which is, like we said earlier in the show, is ending at the end of today, California time. But the price on Appsumo is very low because it's we're listing. It's almost like a TabsFolders 2.0 price / it's like a pre-sale of 2.0. What we're doing on there is TabsFolders 2.0 is coming out, and we have all these great features planned for the release in Q1 2022. But we wanted to get more users on board right now to get their feedback and their input while we're developing TabsFolders 2.0, just so we make sure that it comes out to be an amazing product in 2022, instead of waiting to get users then and hear those comments after we've already built it. So that's why we've lowered the price on Appsumo tremendously, to get more users on board and get their feedback. This is why it's low for now, and again, we will be raising it in the future, but right now we really want to get more users, more feedback, and just make the product the best bookmark manager available online in 2022.
Okay, great. And I think if any of the viewers watching now, if they have any feature requests or feature suggestions or just any kind of ideas about what they would like to see in a bookmark management application, they could definitely give their suggestions, and based on like how popular the suggestion is, it'll be implemented. And let's see, RV Karen has another question. Can we use TabsFolders as offline bookmark reader, saving the URL content offline and can be viewed at a later day? So basically, it sounds like he wants to have TabsFolders take screenshots of the bookmarks that he's saved and be able to access those offline.
Well, so screenshots or kind of saving the web HTML, the kind of code that displays the web page. So currently, there's two things. There's two things about online, offline. So first of all, TabsFolders can be used offline to access your bookmarks. So for this view that you see on here, even if I disconnect from the internet, you can still click and search TabsFolders and read or access basically everything you have in your knowledge base for tabs. So that's kind of the first level of offline reading and accessibility, and that's already in TabsFolders right now. If you can actually even make changes when you're offline, copy, move tabs, etc., rename folders, and as soon as you go back online, TabsFolders will connect to the server and sync all the changes that you've made while you were offline. So we have basic offline functionality in the product already. the kind of second level of offline functionality, what Praveen mentioned, is perhaps to be saving all the HTML or the data from a web page on your computer locally, so that when you're offline and you actually click on this how to pay your bills online, you'll be able to open up here. If you click on this, you'll be able to see this web page on your computer, even though you're not connected to the internet. And that will basically, that I think we're looking to add in TabsFolders 2.0 after the Q1 release. So this is offline viewing, and it'll take a lot more storage on your hard drive. And so we're looking at kind of methods or ways to implement this, so we don't use up 80% of your hard drive. Of course, everybody has different storage systems, and if you have a 20 terabyte drive or 10 terabyte drive in your computer, you don't have to worry. But for some users who have 10 gigs free or 5 gigs, daily browsing and saving all of these tabs to TabsFolders might take up a lot of your room. So we're looking at how to implement that efficiently, and we will kind of working on this after March of 2022. At least that's the current schedule.
Okay, great. Thank you, Camille. So Justin wants to know, looks like he just found out about the Black Friday offer. Is that only the $9.99 plan? So Camille, could you just kind of go over that again, the Black Friday offer?
Yes. So we had kind of two Black Friday deals or offers. We had our own internal Black Friday offer of the $9.99 plan, or $7.99 upfront for the 500 users, and this was per user request that we implemented this plan. So this is the plan that is ending at the end of the day today. It's for 500 users. It's a big plan. It's for larger teams. We also had a Black Friday special with Appsumo that not only was the price as it is now heavily discounted at $19, but I believe if you bought over $60 or over $100, I'm not sure the exact price point in Appsumo, you got a further 10% discount. So with TabsFolders and everything else that you bought in your shopping basket. So this was an Appsumo Black where various products could join that deal. And if you bought a product or 2 or 3 products where the price came out to be above $100, I believe you've done discount on all the products. I'm not sure. I think that deal has now finished already with Appsumo, so we're back to our regular price of $19 on Appsumo, and our Black Friday deal will be ending today as well.
Okay, great. Thank you, Camille. Facebook user says best wishes. Well, thank you, Facebook user, but please do go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give your permission to for StreamYard to get your name, so that way you're entered into the raffle for today's giveaway. Another Facebook user says, "Is this tab extend alternative?"
Yes.
Camille, yeah.
Definitely, it's an alternative to tab extend and Clearly, etc. There are various bookmark managers on the market. We do things our way. That tab extend is more of a Kanban interface versus we're more of a file management interface, because I think file manager and tree style interface is more efficient, as in that you can handle more tabs, more folders easily in such an interface than in a Kanban view. And that's why we're focusing on this type of interface, because we know when you go online, you can have 200, 300, 500 tabs open after a week. And so if you really don't want to be spending the same amount of time organizing them as you do reading them, that's why the tool for organization must be really fast and efficient, so that you can do things very quickly. So in TabsFolders, you can do multi-select, with Shift or individual click options, and right away, selected 3 tabs from your window that should go into the first quadrant or second or whatever. So anyway, I selected 3 tabs out of order there and can drag and drop them into the quadrant. And it takes, a couple of seconds to, instead of taking each tab one by one and dragging and dropping them into a folder. So I did that initially when we started to show you the examples of the quadrants or explain how the quadrants work. But with TabsFolders, if you have 30 windows, 30 tabs open that go into quadrant 2, you just multi-select them, all drag and drop them into quadrant 2 like this, and boom, you're done in 2-3 seconds. So
right, I think the Kanban view is good for maybe 50 to 100 bookmarks, but if you start going past that, where you are accumulating hundreds, even thousands of bookmarks, then it just gets to be inefficient in the Kanban view. And I think this is actually a much better layout to be able to quickly find among the thousands and thousands of bookmarks that you might have saved, almost instantly find what it is that you're looking for. So I would suggest whoever is looking at this app to actually try both apps, or try all apps that they're able to, and see which one works best for them. It might come down to individual user preference, or it could just be the way that the program itself, like it could just be like whatever the other features that the programs are offering that might be better suited to an individual's needs. So I would definitely suggest to try out the different apps and see how they work for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Praveen. And
sure.
Actually, last comment, if you want to bring it up, because or let me click on this one from RV Kiran. Thank you, RV, for bringing this up. I actually forgot that we were going to mention this in the stream, and therefore, why don't I get into this point? So RV mentioned that there were users who bought, the 10 stack deal on Appsumo, where they stacked 10 licenses at $19, and those 10 licenses, we had I'll up the stacking table here. For those, if you purchased 10 licenses, you had 50 users. Officially today, we are going to raise that number to 100 users. After this live stream, we're going to edit this table, and that's going to be changed to 100 users if you stacked 10 Appsumo codes. So that's an upgrade right now, because we feel that if you buy 10 codes, you're really supporting TabsFolders. So we wanted to give back to the community and raise that number to 100 team members. 100 team members is a pretty large team, and we hope that with 10 codes, you'll be able to handle your mid-size company, or working, or friends, or whoever you choose to make part of your team. RV, so thank you again for bringing this up. I almost forgot today.
That's really great news, and I think even people that have already purchased the 10 codes before, it will be automatically applied to their account. Correct, Camille?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. And Justin's back. He's got another comment. I see a lot of great attributes of TabsFolders. I've used 20 plus of these tools, and it will be interesting to compare TabsFolders to others. One Tab Plus being the easiest, Workono being the most powerful, with many in between. That's great. So looks like Justin has plenty of experience with these types of tools. And yes, there are lots of different similar tools, each having their own strong point. But again, I think it just depends on your specific needs and use case of what kind of features that you're looking for that that should help you make the decision on what to use.
Exactly. That each of these focuses on a different, let's say, job. That every tool that you use online that is built by founders solves a specific job, and therefore this is what we're focusing on, the job of when you have a lot of bookmarks every day that you need to save, manage, categorize. If you're an online reporter, or in general any reporter, if you work for a newspaper, any articles that you write, you have to do research, and then you have to have that research categorized and stored, backed up, let's say, or stored, so that if somebody were to ask you, why did you say this sentence, what's your reference, you have the documentation to back it up. And so TabsFolders, really comes in handy when you're doing a lot of such work where you have a lot of tabs to store it for later, and have a system where you can easily find it and show to whenever you need to get back to those bookmarks.
Okay, and so we just have 2 more comments, and we can wrap it up and do the raffle.
Sounds great.
And Ari Kieran is very happy that you increased the teammate to 100 on the 10 stack.
Thank you, RV. Glad you're happy. We are happy when our users are happy. So thank you again.
Okay, great. And our last comment, Vishnu says, looks promising. Look at this. Okay, and yes, definitely. So we are, or Camille, I should say, is trying to make it as useful as possible to everyone. So if you have any suggestions or any way you can think of that would make it more useful for you, please do let them know.
Thank you as well, Vishnu. Looking forward to your comments.
Okay, and our last comment is by a Facebook user. This is your last opportunity to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give StreamYard your permission so that it can get your name to be entered into the raffle. And RB Kieran has one more comment. Can we see the weekly release log of TabsFolders 2.0 development updates, and also adding your weekly webinars? Camille?
So we have, I guess, publicly we share the roadmap, and users are voting on the roadmap. The internal release log right now is still internal to us. We'll think about releasing that, but I guess with etc. there are some things we prefer to keep private, but we'll have a discussion internally about that with the team. And then second is your add-in weekly webinars. Not exactly sure what you mean, RV, by that. Can you clarify what you mean by your weekly webinars to add the development log update into the webinars? That's okay. Again, so same thing. If I understand that correctly, that you want in the weekly TabsFolders live show to give a status of our development. Definitely, like I said, if we decide to make this part public, we will be adding it to the live streams as probably intros just after the intros in the future. If we decide to implement this, or however we choose, or maybe a lot of major features, etc. Again, we will have an internal meeting to discuss this. Thank you for the comment. It's a great idea, and we'll review this internally definitely for next week.
Okay, great. Gene says, fascinating for a bookmark manager. Didn't think this was possible. I'm from the getting things done land, so interesting to implement this. So, well, thank you for your comment, Gene. And yes, you have approved StreamYard before, so yes, we can tell it's you. Thank you very much. And our recurring is back, development progress discussion in your TabsFolders live shows. Okay. So
great. Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Clarified. Thank you, RV. That makes sense. I didn't understand correctly, let's say. But so definitely next week we'll have an update on how we will choose to implement this going forward in the live streams.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone who commented. In a few seconds, we'll start the raffle. But let's just give a few more seconds to anybody else who wants to enter into the raffle to drop their comments in.
/register with your Facebook user with StreamYard. So I think we're getting more comments, but unfortunately we have to cut it off.
Well,
so
we'll have to end it for now, and let's do the raffle.
Oh, Lisa, just in the nick of time.
Wow. She just, okay, great. Well, congratulations, Fira. Looks like you got your comment in the nick of time there, and congratulations on winning a free TabsFolders LTD code. Go to facebook.com/TabsFolders and send a message to Camille, and you can get your code that way. Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you, Camille, for a great show today.
Thank you, Praveen, as well, and thank you to everybody for watching and submitting the great comments and feedback. Looking forward to seeing you next week on the show to chat some more and give you more updates.
All right. We'll see everyone later. I guess you can join us for our next live show next week. All right.
Next
Bye,
week,
everyone.
9 a.m. PST. See you guys. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.